day one. That's an exciting prospect for me. So hopefully we do go right down to the wire, and I want to see at least 16 rounds in this first map, and it looks like we're almost ready to go. Can we get back to the casting setup? I'm going to tentatively sit down here. It looks like we're about to get into the action, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned, this is the elimination game, Group A lower bracket final here at CAC 2023. It's Lynn Vision versus TYLOO, and Vision starting on the CT side as well. We'll have a look at the buys as they come through. We're going to assume that on the T side, we're going to see a bit of utility on Overpass here. It's Kaze with one smoke and a single flashbang, and it looks to be Kevlar otherwise, Anders. So nothing too tactical per se, nothing too technical, maybe I should say that. But yeah, we're going to see whether Lynn Vision sending 4 players over towards the B bomb site will pay dividends here. We are off to the races.
Yeah, clean looking USP from Starry. Hoping for a headshot. He did give up on that angle maybe half a second too soon, unfortunately. But I guess he's not going to be going down, so he'll just start to fall back a little bit more. Could be going aggressive outside of the B-bomb site. I think in pistol rounds, it's a really good idea if you are going to have a stack at the B-bomb site to make it an aggressive stack. I feel like just keeping 4 people there is so risky. But so far they are. Let's see, Saka is sort of looking towards the connector from the B-bomb site. But ultimately, all of the defense on the A side right now rests on Starry. He's the only one there, and he's finally fallen all the way back. So if he can land a nice headshot here, it could be okay. They can get the rotation in, and maybe it's all going to be fine. But if he gets it pushed back and it's a 5-on-5 retake with the bomb planted, that is going to be tricky. And look, they actually are pushing out of the B bomb site now, so they're getting a little bit of that. Nice little grenade coming in, flash to set it up, and he's got a teammate with him. All right, they know what's coming.
Well, the CTs will deploy the defensive smoke here. Still plenty of time. Doesn't have to completely dissuade them. And they're going to push through. The flashbang is delivered. First headshot as well as westmelon lighting them up here with the P2000. Very convincing from Lynn Vision, I have to say. It's just Mosier for TYLOO, who would be prodding the bomb site, seeing there's any kills available. About the top end, and as he can hope for here, would be a single frag. I don't think he even gets that. Does he just want to hold on to the Kevlar? I doubt it. Needs to try and get the bomb down, but just hoping a CT will throw themselves towards his crosshair. But it looks like we might be all done. It's a clean sweep from Lynn Vision Gaming. That is very impressive and sets the tone for this first map.
Yeah, they got spotted early on in that long push, and they kind of just kept going. And I guess in a different world, they could have gone back. They could have said, all right, listen, unless we're really close to the bomb site, why not just fall back, see if you can retake some other part of the map? But they really wanted to keep going. Good grenade usage on the CT side as well. Not just the flashbang, but the smoke out on long, just making it very uncomfortable.
It certainly was. TYLOO didn't really have much of a choice at that stage. They're not going to force buy in this second round by virtue of not planting the bomb. If they did get that C4 down, you can almost guarantee they'll be bringing out the Galils here. But for now, pretty much a full eco. As I always say, Anders, you're probably sick of hearing this, is finding a couple of frags in these sort of situations. A bomb plant would be fantastic, but it's westmelon putting on the blockade here as he starts to mow them down. Only 1 kill found so far for TYLOO. Mosier will see if he can find another one here, but very well done from Starry there, jumping, leaping around the corner. Does secure round number 2, but here come the AK-47s. This is where things get a little bit spicier. A bit of a bonus situation, Anders, I suppose. 2 MP9s here and a FAMAS. And if they can win this round, Lynn Vision that is, they are in a fantastic spot here on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. MP9s, definitely some locations on this map that could be very good, but obviously you can end up in a weird situation where you're having to retake maybe the B-bomb side with an MP9, and at range it could be a little bit awkward, but we'll find out when we get there. AKs, though, you're right. They are out in full force in this one. It's JamYoung trying to take some control over towards the playground. Forcing the smoke out there is... I think G almost went down. That was very, very close. Counter grenades are coming in and spam from the other side. Uncomfortable for the T side there. They're kind of jiggling a couple of different angles at the same time. And actually the CTs are going to be allowed to walk away. That wasn't always clear that they were going to be able to escape, but I guess that's fine.
That's been quite a subdued round, all things considered. No real damage inflicted. Still got 10 players alive and kicking here, but decent map control from TYLOO. Connector is under their remit, and bear in mind the CTs have to be a little bit more active here. They can't just play a traditional default setup. She needs to start exploring for opening frags and at least getting a bit of intel. in their favor, but you can see they're actually retreating some players back from toward the A bomb site, and could be a B finish here. They're deploying that defensive utility. It's Amelia from the barrels position looking to fend off this B execution. Speaking of which, there's plenty of utility, and there's a couple of smokes, 4 flashes, Molotovs to the barrels as well, so looks to be all finishing on this side of the map, and here comes the execution. Can Lynn Vision hold them off?
Good grenades to begin with. They got a little bit of space behind this one. They're trying to find Amelia back there, but he's going to be able to take down Advent JamYoung in return. So still a 4 versus 4, and I say that just as Saka picks up the kill. 25 seconds left, and yeah, this is where the MP9s could be a bit uncomfortable, or maybe not. Nice shot. He actually got the dink onto Kaze as well. So they've done a lot of damage all of a sudden. No more nades on the T side, so can they hold on? They're both stuck on the bomb site, not an easy position to fall back from, and they are starting to slide towards the Munster Tunnel a little bit more here. Kaze looking for the headshot with the Galil. He's got the right idea, but Starry's taking him down, and Mosia's just said already, I'm out.
It's a very convincing finish for Lynn Vision there. Very assertive, well played with his MP9s. Did so much damage en route. Sure, the bomb goes down, but Mosia doesn't even fancy the clutch opportunity there. He had, what, 83 HP, but no utility. Felt like he just didn't stand a chance. Probably for the best, I assume, because at least he gets to hold the AK-47. They won't have completely nothing going forward. And with the loss bonus racking up Anders as well, they can bring probably a partial buy around this AK-47 and hope for the best. It will be the first tactical timeout by the looks of things, though. TYLOO not having the best start on their map pick. It's Lynn Vision looking very, very good. And as I mentioned, that's a bonus round victory in CS2 MR12. That's a massive deal. In terms of the CT finances, which can really get out of hand and unravel, this is the best possible start you could hope for.
Yeah, that's something we're going to keep reminding people of for a while, you know, into the future, because obviously there are going to be a lot of people still tuning in. We noticed that last stream we were having.
Yeah.
That a lot of people do tune in. They say, wait a minute, oh, is it MR12? Like, people are still kind of getting used to the whole thing. So we're probably going to keep repeating it quite a bit. For those of you who already know, it's going to be tedious, but
just the kind of levels to it as well, and how the economy doesn't exactly, like, makes sense right now. I think we need a slight adjustment, especially on that CT side. Like, thankfully, Lynn Vision have avoided the real troubling start you can have if you win the pistol, lose a second round to a force buy, and then it's very difficult to even bring out an AWP in that first half. But they are looking very, very strong. They recover a couple of Galils out, upgrading those MP9s. We've got an AK-47 within their ranks as well, and hopefully we'll be underway momentarily. This looks to be more like a tech pause to me, Anders, and I've seen a few in my time. So I'm going to call it. Looks to be a technical issue. No one's chatting, but everyone's looking very relaxed. Even maybe a bit of a smile there, enjoying this. Oh, I'm waving to the crowd as well. Apparently the crowd have been fantastic down there, Anders.
I feel like they usually are. Yeah, there's always like some really dedicated people down there. I remember, I think the first time that I went to China was in Beijing, and I remember, you know, people showing up, getting autographs from the likes of Get Right and Forrest and all these people that you know, I was thinking, how many 1.6 fans could there really be in China in 2013, I think, at that point in time. But
it's a long time ago.
It's a while ago. But, you know, still, they were there. And, yeah, I think there's like a dedicated community in China that's still holding on to the Counter-Strike dream. It'd be sick to see it blow up. Maybe CS2 will make the impact.
I think so. I think we're waiting for a world-class Asian CS team to come back into the forefront. In 1.6, we had some massive teams. Like, if you think about, like, some of the iconic players from over the years, and like they've got positions named after them. Like Mirage, for example, we've got Jungle over there. Like, you know, like it's been a while since we've had a big kind of Chinese or Asian representation here in CS, but I think you're right. With CS2 around the corner, a lot more events coming through, a restart for everyone. I think there's definitely a chance for a bit of a comeback in that regard as we get ready for the unpause to come through. It looks like we've got just one player off the server, so hopefully he'll be jumping back on very shortly.
Yeah, I'm sure they will get it sorted out. I think, yeah, right. It's a great start for the CT side. They're going to be loving it. They've got the ability to bring out the AWP early on. Definitely a curious case of Moja saving at the end. I feel like that's something that we wouldn't have seen too much in European. Kind of like, you'd probably try and go for that 2-on-3.
I think so. Like, when you've got the AK-47, the retaking with MP9s, at least, like, take one down with you, like, try and make things uncomfortable. Maybe he doesn't have a kit, but he just gave it up. He just wanted to save the AK-47. Like, playing the percentages, I suppose, they still have a real strong chance in this next round. Like, Tech 9s and an AK with a bit of utility, still a very deadly round. So maybe just securing that firepower, confident in their overpass ability, perhaps. It's very early days here. It looks like the unpause is coming through. Ladies and gents, if you're just joining us, it's the Group A lower bracket here at CAC 2023. Unfortunately, the loser of this series goes home after one day of play, and looks like the match medic is underway. And round 4 will begin shortly. As mentioned, it was Mosier saving that AK-47. I don't think they fully invest around it, but maybe you can get a secondary AK and Tech-9s. Otherwise, if they get the plant down, it will all be justified. And there's the first couple of Tech-9s coming through. Kaze, I think, might get a Galil. Goes with the Deagle instead. So quite a modest investment, all things considered, as they've got maximum loss bonus just around the corner.
Otherwise, just not that many kills happening generally on the TYLOO side. So that's always something to think about too, is having the impact early on, slowing down the CT economy. We've got 3 kills on JamYoung at the moment, and some tags coming in here. Advent actually getting dropped a little bit low. Not exactly ideal scenario. They got Tech-9s out. Who doesn't love a good Tech-9?
It's had a bit of a resurgence the last few years. It was at one point one of the most OP guns in the game, unfortunately, but it feels like it's really found its place in CS2. It's just about perfect. As we see a little set piece there with the grenades, unfortunately no one home to receive them. That's pretty much all they had here on this B play, but the Molotov's going down, a smoke towards heaven. We'll see if they can get the bomb planted and start to apply some pressure. Nice ding from JamYoung, but he will be taken down by Amelia. But still, they're finding some territory here, and as we said, these rounds can be deadly, and they're doing a very good job to get that bomb planted at the very least as we enter a 4 versus 3.
Double setup in that forward position. That's interesting. AWP up on the high ground. The smoke is finally going to be fading. They don't have another one to put up here, so as long as they stay outside of the range of the scope, they should be fine. There's a kill on the Saka, and it's really looking grim at the moment. Moja saving that AK from the previous round and coming back into this one with a double kill. And this time saving the AWP makes a lot of sense. So that is such a successful round from having almost nothing to work with.
Yeah, that's about all you could ever ask for from TYLOO with that sort of situation. We said it can be a deadly and potent round, and they do pick it up. They're right back in this one, and they keep 4 players alive as well. And that saved AK-47 that we questioned, and maybe he should have gone for it. It pays dividends going forward as well. He gets 2 massive frags there, very clean headshots towards the end as well. And it will be TYLOO posting their first round here on their map pick of Overpass. I guess the bad news is that, bear in mind, the CT's had a very clean start here, so they will have at least 1 full buy with that saved AWP. Great flashbangs, though, even pushing through the smoke, finding some great territory on the B bomb site. It was even the early opening frag going in favor of Lynn Vision, but it wasn't quite enough. Those stifling Tech-9s kept pushing forward and making things very uncomfortable indeed. So, as mentioned, we got the westmelon AWP. Is that going to be enough? Time will tell. Round number 5.
Something else to be said, because the defense of the B bomb site was so far back, they're basically allowing the T side to just step in and get aim duels, right?
Sure.
There's nothing else like this. They're not in any choke point. There's no counter grenades coming out either from the CT side, really. So I guess that makes it a little bit easier. That's something you'd probably want to see change in the future for that kind of defense, because they had the players there. They just, you know, once you lose the aim fight, it just feels a bit silly. You've just given them such a great opportunity to spread out onto the bomb site. Round number 5, and they're going to try and do it again. Yeah, running onto it this time. It is the high ground AWP to take down Moja. And he's going to land another shot there. G actually coming up with a couple of really crucial kills.
Yeah, impressive. This could be enough as well. That was the chance. Oh no, westmelon, he's fumbled it. Couldn't find the shot there towards Kaze, and now it gets pulled back to a 3 versus 3. The bomb not planted, though. It's going to be towards Monster for now as they wait for the rotating CTs to come through. They do have another smoke available for Graffiti. That's going to dissuade G from his angle as well, but it's not great. He is actually past it already, so he can still look towards short. So last vision of the bomb site itself, but 40 seconds remaining here. T-side don't really have much utility to speak of. They've lost Kaze in the process. That's the bomb going down as well. And how do they recover this situation? It's going to be a bit of a scramble here with 30 seconds remaining.
No more grenades either.
Nothing at all.
Really waiting for some sort of reaction from the CT side, but they're not getting it at the moment. They're playing very conservative Counter-Strike on Lynn Vision at the moment. Little flash to take a little bit of a peek here. They're down to 15 seconds. If they want that bomb plant, it's going to have to be real soon. Another good flashbang, and that probably could have been a kill right there. Mercury's going to get 1, and they will take JamYoung in return. 8 seconds on the clock here, and it's Mercury out in the open. Surely going to get down. Or run out of time, one or the other. Starry playing. It's a very annoying
Doesn't even
position.
Swing after time as well. You would think most players would try and deny the cash going forward, but you're right. Conservative is the operative word there, Anders. Like, it seems that they just didn't want to give anything away. They didn't risk any players being dropped in the process there, and they had the bomb under their control. Time was of the essence, and it will be TYLOO only finding 1 round. Can't streak them together, but at least they managed to win one of those partial buys, right? So they have extra cash in reserve. Loss bonus is still intact as well at $2,400, but 4-1. MR12, they need to start posting a couple of consecutive rounds here as we get into Answer number 6, we are going to see a bit of aggression from the likes of Starry here. You can see that's a very meta smoke now. Instead of the double Molotovs, most teams are deploying one smoke and a single Molotov towards the playground itself. Connector gets a lot of attention as well. And we'll see them just fending off initial CT aggression, if any, and parking themselves up. And they've been focusing pretty much every single round towards this B bomb side, Anders. So we'll see if they continue their progression on this side of the map. It looks to be the case as well. 3 players ready and waiting. They've got short control. Connector is theirs. And in terms of utility remaining, they've still got the 3 smokes, 6 flashes, Molotovs. So they are absolutely fine for now. But the slow gameplay hasn't really worked out for them in terms of opening picks. Lynn Vision haven't given them much to work with whatsoever.
To be fair, even in the last round, they were allowed to get onto the B-bomb side to take those same aim duels that I was talking about. Yeah. They just didn't win them that time, but I can understand why that is a tempting thing if you're on the T side to say, oh, we can get on to B and just fight them straight up. Why not? Because every other time, normally you're pushing, you know, through a smoke, you're flashing away through the monster tunnel. You risk getting sprayed down in some of those choke points, but TYLOO actually have a bit of an opening potentially. Speaking of choke points, westmelon hanging out inside of the monster tunnel, but he is alone here. I think there's no one else behind him, so this is very risky. Smoke's going to be fading. I don't think he's going to be able to get the multi-spray down here. There's just so many people on the other side. He goes down to Mosier instead. A little bit of a counter raid coming in, but they are ready to go.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity for westmelon, but a little bit too much on his plate to deal with. It's the opening frag for TYLOO, but time is of the essence once again. Can they get his bomb planted? Looks to be absolutely fine here. CTs might even consider a save at this stage. Zaka keeps the round alive. If you can find a double kill, the retake is back on here, but it's looking desperate. They're giving them nothing as he just recovers the AK-47. I think the save is up next. G's down to 2 points of health. Saving the AWP is their only option here. And once again, focusing on that B bomb side, Anders. This one pays dividends as 4 players survive, and the CTs have no choice but to save their weapons, which is the correct choice considering their money is so battered and bruised right now.
Not that it really made any difference whatsoever, but it's kind of fun seeing TYLOO actually smoking the bomb in the middle of that fight. Like, once the bomb was planted, they smoked it, I think, twice. I guess, I mean, that smoke also helps people who are on the ramp to not get spotted from the high ground. It could a little bit, but still, that could also present a bit of a security risk in another context, right? You're helping the CTs potentially run inside of it. Obviously, no one was nearby, but just something that you wouldn't maybe normally see in European Counter-Strike. Tactical timeout being called here as Lynn Vision want a chance to, I think, probably discuss what is happening at that B-bomb site, because, again, it feels like I can't really blame TYLOO for walking onto the B-bomb site over and over again. If they're allowed those fights, it's great.
Well, we're not really seeing any moves from Lynn Vision. They're playing quite bread and butter, CT side here on Overpass. We're not seeing them explore short or pushing into connector. It's a pretty default setup each and every time, and you're dead on. TYLOO looked way too comfortable getting through Monster, finding even like 0 trades towards that position. Once 3 players are out Monster and you've got a 5-on-4 advantage, like, it'd be difficult to lose the round, honestly. And Lynn Vision had no choice but to save the little they had, and they're going to reinvest here, try and keep this solid CT showing they've had so far going. So a couple of MP9s in the hands of Zaka and Amelia. We still have the AWP in the hands of G as well. So we'll see if this is going to be enough. Number 7 is upon us. TYLOO starting to come online here. We have a bit of aggression from the aforementioned sniper here towards Fountain. As you can see, there may be a little bit more inquisitive now, considering they're on the back foot financially. Molotov to flush out the connected position. You can see it's now Starry. A lot of pressure. They don't have to worry about the steps. They can just pre-fire him in the corner, but it's to Advent's detriment. He's actually gone down. Opening frag for the first time in a while for Lynn Vision.
You could tell he was very determined, though, Advent, to try and take that fight, so sucks that it didn't work out the way that he wanted. Let's see if they can do it this time. There is a counter grenade coming down, so Lynn Vision actually getting a little bit more grenade usage in this one. Molotov as well to try and slow them, forcing them onto the barrel side. This is much better, but they are getting lined up in this corner. It's a bit uncomfortable. Mercury gets a kill, but westmelon with the MP9 managing to make things work. Good double kill, and Kaze is going to be on his own now inside of the smoke. I love the counter nades coming out from the CTs. That was a real difference in this round. And the MP9 getting a little bit of work in. Your favorite gun, Henry?
I was about to say, as you always say, Anders, pound for pound, the best gun in the game.
Yeah.
One of us said it at some point. I know that. But I think the point still stands. Yeah, excellent work there. It seems like they got buffed in CS2. Like, it was already an incredible weapon in CSGO, but now they seem more powerful than ever. We see so many long-range MP9 frags, but very well handled from Lynn Vision there. Defending another B bomb site attack. How do they keep just choosing the same area over and over again? It's worked out twice of them now, but surely we've got to check out the A side of the map map and see what's going on there, chaps. As we get into it, we are going to see CTs actually looking for that first pick once again. I feel like they know they've got a lot of freedom on this side of the map. This grenade could be very, very impactful if it hits the mark. Not quite. This Mercury taking a little bit of damage. They're down to 92. But this looks like more of a side, at least default Anders. They're going to try and get towards long, the bathrooms, push the CTs back, which is normally the methodology. We'll see top European teams deploy, then you go back towards B, then you go for execution. And we can see the orb of G patrolling down towards long, at least initially. He's going to peel off and hold behind the dice boxes.
It's kind of it's tricky, I guess. You've been sort of thrown out of the B-bomb side now. Could also be a little bit obvious if you're going straight back to the A-bomb side. I wish they would try and sell this as another B attack, and then you know you can rotate really quickly through the connector, right? So you don't have to just make it too one-dimensional here. But it seems like they are leaning much more to the A-bomb side, and we'll see if there's going to be a rotation happening from Lynn Vision if they feel the same. There's still 3 people at the B-bomb side, but if they rotate one back, I would say that's probably a sign that maybe TYLOO are telegraphing this a little bit too much. There is a rotation coming right now.
I'm kind of excited to see how this goes down on the A side. We haven't seen any action on this side of the map whatsoever. Apart from the pistol, of course, but who cares about the pistol? We are going to see the first gun round here, the first execution. It's G, AWP in hand as well. Oh my goodness, Starry with a surprise in the back. The double spray down with the AK-47. It's an absolute massacre here. This is a very, very clean round. They don't take any damage, Anders, at all across the whole team. Wow. And making them look a little bit foolish on their A-side attack. There's a good reason they don't go there, perhaps.
They did. I mean, certainly when you hit the timing like that, Starry just walking in behind them as they were about to set it up. But I've got to say as well, Saka was rotating in. They did have a 3-man defense at the A-bomb side. And I think that's because when you've been hitting B that much and suddenly there's nothing happening there, like there's no noise, there's nothing, it is a little bit suspicious. Like the CTs will start to figure it out, especially because you lost the previous round on B in a pretty emphatic way. I like this though. Blowing open the door, a little boost going over. They will back off it, but down to pistols on the TYLOO side of things. This is spiraling a little bit out of control.
Yeah, it's actually a little concerning for me. Like, we kind of build this one. It's going to go the distance. They're going to make sure it's a very close game. We can still get to that point. Like, bear in mind, MR12 is quite forgiving in that sense. Like, all you need to do is kind of steal one of those important rounds away. And if you win the pistol in the second half, like, I think this is still fine. I don't think it's necessarily good for TYLOO, but they can bring this one back. It is going to be 7-3 after this one. There'll be a couple more rounds left to play. But if they can... It'll be 7-2, sorry. If they can just maybe win the next gun round, get themselves to 4 rounds, it's their map pick. Yeah. They should be fine with a pistol victory. Like, so it's never over, especially in CS2. It seems like huge leads that are garnered early on in the map kind of disintegrate quite quickly. It can be quite a fragile setup, especially on the CT side. But this one looks like it's absolutely under control. We've had one single frag with the Desert Eagle, courtesy of Advent. It's Mercury looking for the second kill, but yeah, they don't really have much to work with here in all senses of the word, because there's no real Kevlar, there's no grenades remaining. You've got Advent, who's down and out of the round. He's going to be cannon fodder for the rest of them. Westmelon should take care of him momentarily. As the CTs, once again, Anders, they're not giving much away. Like, sure, they're not being, like, very active on the CT side, but they don't really have to be. Like, they're playing great crossfires and making sure they don't give much away. It's another beautiful shot there with the Desert Eagle. Should be all said and done here at round number 9. Like we said, it goes up to 7-2 for Lynn Vision. Really comfortable hold in the end, really. And money's starting to get back on track for TYLOO. So this is kind of the do or die time. If they only get 2 rounds in the first half and they're a map pick, it does not bode well at all. It's an Uber's coming up next as well. So we need to see them maybe just go back in towards B. Maybe just a set piece from spawn, Anders. Just try and get that bomb planted, force out a clutch scenario. And Starry, he's really getting into 5th gear right now, looking very comfortable. And they're denying the plants as well. So here we go. 7-2. And a chance of TYLOO. They need these last couple of rounds here, to be honest with you. And they don't have the orb available to them. It's pretty much AKs across the board. And we'll see if this CT defense remains solid. It's G going down first. Bear in mind, he's a sniper as well. That's a great opening frag for Advent.
Oh, here's one more. Amelia finding himself in the center of the bomb side, kind of out in the open, no real coverage there. Starry is kind of in the area, but I think Westmelon's already rotated back. He's already moved quite far away from the action, so they might have just already given up. They said, that's it. Looked to me like for a minute, Starry wanted to be the hero to sort of walk back in. Oh, gonna try and blow open the smoke. There's so many targets.
Huge.
But that was the bomb, and he's gonna get JamYoung as well. Westmelon with a Stunning double kill, 3 versus 3. Is that going to lure them back in?
That's
Bomb is still not planted.
Absolute gut punch of a sequence there. Just when it looked like they had the round completely under their remit, there's an excellent play. And westmelon providing a couple of frags, death from above as he gets 2 from heaven. And now this retake certainly on. The bomb's ticking at some pace, however, and it's been quite a conservative approach from Lynn Vision, but maybe they fancy this one after that double kill. It has to be the flashbang right here, right now. They're going to have to push him from shore. We'll see if Starry can lead the charge here and make this retake a possibility.
Nice flashbang, but nobody really could do anything with it. Advent's going to be going down. They are running for it. They do have kits as well in their pockets. Mercury getting one. The bomb attempts it, but getting denied. Mercury, I think either way, he's bought enough time here. Yeah, he's running on it, but it's not going to happen there. Mercury with a good defense of the bomb at the end, and a 3rd round for TYLOO, which they absolutely needed.
Oh, absolutely true. And it came off the back of 2 sensational headshots there. 5 versus 3. It looked like westmelon, though, was going to steal the round away. Very impressive usage of the HE grenade towards heaven. Gets himself a double kill. The retake was possible, but as you mentioned, time is of the essence, and he didn't have enough of it. And just going for that defuse. At least they took everyone down then. But bear in mind, with everyone going down, you win by virtue of explosion. It's only $3,500 per player going forward here. So there will be some concessions. There'll be probably a couple of Galils in the mix. Just one, but that means they will sacrifice a bit of utility overall. As we'll see Mercury try and battle his way towards the playground. This time G with the AWP. He got taken down by the rifles in the previous round. Looking for some redemption here towards long. Focusing towards that playground. If he finds the opening pick, it's a scramble to try and get back towards safety, but he's more than willing to take this fight, and he has got Mercury on the other side waiting for him.
Yes, he does. Oh, but this range should be working, and it will. Finds Mercury, and there's nobody there that can revenge anything. The one on the corner.
Really nice plays. He's got that incendiary as well we talked about. He's getting that opening pick and denying the trade, and he's got the hell out of there. Now he can reposition maybe back towards B. After showing so much presence on this side of the map, you can see that's completely discombobulated TYLOO now. They've lost control of that side of the map. Might just have to go back into Old Faithful and go for that B execution.
Hard decision to make here for your TYLOO. If you wanted to prove that you were still maybe at the A side, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of map control you need to regain. But you run the same risk that we were talking about earlier, that if you don't do any of that, they can stack up at the B bomb side. They're going to be ready. They still have quite a few nades on that CT side. We'll see what they're going to go for here. They are actually moving towards the connector a little bit more. Oh, jump going to be coming over maybe. He could have spotted a bunch of people there. That would have been quite something for westmelon, but we're down to 28 seconds, and they are going to go for it here, but I think they're walking into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something there. The Lion's Den comes to mind here. With 20 seconds remaining, you've got to plant the bomb, find multiple kills. You're already on the back foot, and immediately opens things up here. G looks very comfortable with his AWP. He's got all the advantages you could ask for with the shadow. And looks like we might be done. A double kill has been found, but it's all in vain, I'm afraid, as Lynn Vision have a very comfortable finish with 3 players surviving. TYLOO just looks like they're a bit out of ideas, Anders. Like they seem to lose the first pick, wait for any further CT aggression to come through, and once again going back into that B-side execution. It's getting a little bit predictable at this stage, and it's G, like we said, after he gets the first pick towards long, back in towards B bomb site. He knows he's shown enough presence to dissuade them from going back towards A, and it's a final round of the half. TYLOO on their own map pick haven't really showed up thus far. Like, if they can get 4, as you mentioned, I'd say that's enough. But it's going to be a struggle here, as even with maximum loss bonus at this stage, Anders, it's pistols, Galils, and bare bones utility, to say the very least.
Yeah, they're lacking quite a bit, aren't they? Lacking in terms of the overall firepower. I feel like there are not enough kills happening right now on that T side to really put pressure to Lynn Vision. So that's something to consider. Maybe it'll change in the second half, but they are running the risk right now of just not getting enough rounds. I think if they can get 1 more in here,
yes,
that's going to be huge. If they get up to 4 rounds, 8-4, pretty manageable. You can still bring it back. You win the pistol round, maybe you're going to be okay, but 9-3, man, that just doesn't have quite the same ring to it. So.
Yeah, it's going to sting. It does not make you feel confident going forward into your opponent's map pick as well. You just get absolutely blown out of the water. Lynn Vision with the slight favorites, I would say, coming into this one. And we'll see if this round number 12 works out for TYLOO here. They've got a lot to go up against here. As we mentioned, 3 pistols, 2 Galils, and once again trying to obtain control of the connector if possible. Early on in the round here, a bit more pep in the step as well. You can see TYLOO operating a little bit quicker, and they've only gone towards A once. So I'm assuming going to be another B finish here. They've got double HE grenades, Anders, and I think we're about to use them. This is deployed before, goes towards short. Once again, no one home. And that's to be the commitment that's going to be pushing straight through with the Galils.
Yeah, they want to put some pressure on this one. Plenty of time on the clock, but they're going to find the opening kill. It's Moja getting one. Saka will take one immediately in return. Still a 4. Oh, actually, what? He just clicked him for the smoke. I don't even know how, but JamYoung is dead. Kaze with the deagle trying to keep the dream alive here, but I don't think he get the bomb plant at this point in time. He's so locked in. His teammates are gone. Yeah, he's going to try it, but they are everywhere, and it's going to be Starry almost half falling off the ledge there, getting the kill. 9-3 at the end of it, Henry. That's a great first half for Lynn Vision.
It's fantastic. You couldn't ask for much more than that. TYLOO had a couple of moments there. The rounds were like, okay, this B execution, there's something to it. They're bringing back these deficits, but overall, it looked like the game was in full control there for Lynn Vision. They would do well to give up this lead at this stage. Even if they lose the pistol, got a nice buffer of rounds here, and you can see the kind of highlights there with just a couple in the mid stages, one towards the end, but that last round left a lot to be desired there. Just a couple of Galils, some Tech 9s, and yeah, the bomb planted in 3 versus 1, but it didn't really equate to too much. So yeah, TYLOO, we need to wake up here. This is the elimination game, the lower bracket of Group A. If you're not aware, it's day 1 here at CAC 2023, but we'll be saying goodbye to one of these teams after they lost to ENCE and Astralis respectively. We'll see whether they can bounce back. I still believe it's their map pick, Anders. The body language suggests they're maybe not in it. But we'll see if they can bounce back. Has to be the pistol, has to go in their favor. And on the CT side, if you lose that pistol round, you're force buying in the second, it could be GG. So need to win this CT pistol at this stage. Lynn Vision, as long as they get the bomb planted in the pistol, they'll be absolutely fine. That's kind of like the priority. Winning it would be fantastic, but here's the replay. I think Starry got like maybe a drop kill, yeah, while he was jumping down from the heavens. Pretty cool. Apparently, like in CS2, I don't really have the stats, just kind of heard it on Grapevine, like jumping shots have more accuracy, like the jumping Scout now, jumping MP9, a lot more viable than they were in CSGO.
I heard this rumor as well. I've got to be honest, I have not really checked it out, but you know, I'm still trying to, I'm just not making many conclusions at the start of it. I'm not a concluder in that way, Henry.
No?
So.
Well, it's good to clear that up.
Well,
what's happened here?
I don't know.
We've got like a bit of a HUD.
The HUD is definitely not keeping up.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. We'll sort it out. It's a pistol round here.
Little boost going on down to the B bomb site. Not that they're finding anything with it, but and it seems like Lynn Vision are well aware that something could be up. They're going to be moving forward slowly but surely towards the connector. All of the CT side, real far back. I think Moja's making a bit of a run up long now, so he's going to take a peek out there. Hard to know what that means if you don't see anyone in the pistol round like this, but at least he's going to be able to slowly call in and say it's less and less likely this is going to be an A attack, and they are rotating people back, so might be a 4-man defense at the B bomb site in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be that B finish from Lynn Vision as well. Flashes and smokes being deployed. Who will find those opening frags? Time will tell. Good defensive smoke, though, coming in from the likes of TYLOO. Admin will open things up here and get himself a double kill. This is looking much more likely for TYLOO. As we mentioned, as long as they get the bomb planted here, you can consider the round a success, but I don't think it's going to happen here. It's just going to be Zaka at this moment. 4 versus 1. TYLOO have done enough to find a very convincing pistol, you would imagine, unless they start throwing it away. Still 30 seconds here. Zaka will take down 1. Still 3 players to find, and it's up to TYLOO now to give this round away. There's almost no world that Zaka can win this.
Yeah, and I think once he got that first kill, they kind of got the message. Just don't fight him individually. It's not really worth it. Wait till you get the crossfires. Wait till you get a chance to get the refrags if you need it. And Zaka moving forward. He's putting a little bit of pressure on, but he was also running out of time. So he had to fight then or risk getting eliminated after the clock had run down. And nobody wants that.
Well, there it is. That's the nightmare scenario for Lynn Vision. No bomb planted, a convincing pistol for TYLOO. Should be a full eco on the second, as we saw in the first half as well. There's no real reason to force buy this one. You're not trying to steal this round away. You don't need this round, but certainly an opportunity for TYLOO to close the gap here and raise the morale of the camp, because we said the body language looking a little bit off after that first half. Understandably so, didn't really show up. And there it is, yeah, the full eco. Lynn Vision don't have much to work with here to say the very least. I don't think there's any upgraded pistols, maybe a deagle for westmelon, that's about it. And we'll see if they can make any sort of a dent here.
You know, in a pistol round, having a smoke towards the barrels is like a bit of a coin flip. It's hard to know whether it's going to favor you coming in on the T side or the CTs who are hiding there. Whereas if you throw a Molotov towards the barrels, it's a pistol round. They probably don't have a smoke to extinguish it, and then they're running out from the barrels while you're running onto the bomb site. So I feel like, I mean, I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now, maybe a couple of years even. I just feel like smokes and pistol rounds are so they're so hard to predict what's going to happen. Like, very often, if you throw down a smoke on the CT side of the pistol, the Ts will run through it anyway, because you don't have any automatic weapons on the other side waiting for them, right?
Sure.
So why would they be slowed down, really? Yeah, maybe a Molotov to the barrels there would have been a better tool for the job in that sense, is what I'm trying to say.
Let's see if there's any tools available here for Lynn Vision. Second round, full eco as we mentioned, and they're making pretty decent progress down towards long, but they will be discovered momentarily by Kaze. He'll drop a nice defensive smoke this time and just fend them off. I guess the best you can really hope for here is like one kill, given the situation they're in right now. Bait out a lot of utility, like cost them some money in that regard. But it looks like TYLOO have got this one under wraps, as they'll just explode in towards the A side, try and get the bomb planted. That will be a bit of a success if they can pull that one off, but the defensive smokes keep on coming. As we mentioned, like one kill would be good. There's the first frag. I doubt they get any more, as the MP9s are here to mop them up. As we go 9-5 here, but not out of the woods just yet. TYLOO will have to fend off the AK-47s. Now they win this round, Anders, the game's back on. They've got a real chance
I agree.
of bringing this back into their favor, maybe even winning it. But it all comes down to this round. They've got to have a bit of a bonus situation. You might consider just upgrading one of those MP9s, just to the fact that you need a bit more firepower. You need to really guarantee this round. But Mercury hold on to his. Advent with the FAMAS. They've got more than enough to win this sort of round. And then Vision, we'll see what they bring to the table here. Bear in mind, TYLOO didn't really do anything else but attack that B bomb site over and over again in quite a slow, methodical manner. And we are going to see them with a bit of CT aggression. We didn't see much of this at all in the first half.
Oh, he's finding a lot through. That could have been scary. Can't believe Saka doesn't at least get tagged a little bit down to half health there. It looked like the spray was fine, and obviously with the smoke evaporating from the bullets there, it looked like he should have been able to see him as well. That's surprising. Here's the flash setup for it. Deep flash coming in. Saka turns for it, and he swings almost in time to catch the kill, but they're going to keep on going, and this is not great for the CTs. They're locked in this weird corner. You don't really want to be doubling up on this one. Up at the high ground, Moja coming in with a lot of relief. Big double kill to clear the way. Now his teammate to do the rest. They're all here, man. Inside of the smoke, hiding is just a G left. 1 versus 3 is good for the one. Picks up the second. Oh, he's almost ready for the third. What a clutch that would have been. But JamYoung's there to secure the round then. You're right, TYLOO, they're back in the game.
Oh, absolutely true. An exciting finish, though. I thought that third kill had some potential behind it. The spray got a little bit out of control. It is that B-side finish, but TYLOO looking quite active. As I mentioned, we didn't really see much of those kind of inquisitive plays on the CT side of Lynn Vision. They were playing very conservative across that first half. TYLOO, this is their map pick, and that's the best start they could have hoped for. They've got the 3-0 now, as we will see at least some finances available here. This is like half-buy territory, though, as the gap is starting to close round by round. TYLOO starting to believe, as they need to build their resources up as well. They need a nice, clean round here. It's come down to a couple of close situations, some one-on-ones. So the money not amazing, but they do have the luxury of maybe an AK-47 in the hands of Advent and Kaze with the AWP as well. So Lynn Vision, are they fully investing, Anders? Okay, I don't mind it. I don't think it's necessarily like a required call here. Like, if you lose this round, you're going to start sparring at this point. But if they can pull this round off, it will be devastating to TYLOO's money in general. So this is a huge swing round. TYLOO with a nice boost here to kick things off. Doing a lot of damage towards Zaka as well. That's almost his round nullified.
Yeah, shooting him in his little booties there.
Yes, indeed.
Not the way you want to get going, but don't have a choice, I suppose. It's curious to see in that previous round, Lynn Vision kind of getting a little bit of a foothold on the bomb site, but they don't focus on planting the bomb and falling back. They focus on clearing the entire front of the bomb site, which ultimately backfired. I think there is a way you can probably throw a smoke and just plant the bomb and say that's you can stay in front of the water if you want. You can hang out down there. We're just going to get the bomb, fall back to the L bend and to the monster tunnel. But they're really concerned with clearing everything up, so that did cost them a little bit here. Under a minute now. And Saka is hanging around outside of the B-bomb side. See if he can cause a distraction. Well, there's a nice kill and a good trade for westmelon. That's so worth it.
So, are they going to be taking the educated guess that the A side should be open here? 2 kills found early on as well. The rotation's coming through. Mosier has got a trick of his sleeve, though, Anders. He can potentially deny the plant with his HE grenade, and it's going to be westmelon going down first. That's from the bank position as well. So both CTs on this side of the map. There's the grenade. Doesn't quite hit the mark. There's some damage towards G. That's more like it. I did a ton of damage, and it might put them back in the driving seat now. That's going to be JamYoung finding 2 massive frags here. It's Mosier. No kit available, no further utility. He's got to fight for these frags, and fight he shall. That is beautiful as TYLOO keep the streak alive.
Wow. Lot to think about. They actually, I think CAC got the kill in the B bomb side when they got the double up at the A side. So in that moment, there's nobody at B at all, right?
Right.
They could have rotated back if they wanted. They had the time to do it. They decided to go A instead, and it cost them a lot at the end of it, even if they got the bomb down. But, you know, losing a couple of players before that even happened.
Well, the good thing for Lynn Vision is, sure, they haven't picked up a round in the second half, but every time it's coming down to the wire. Like, they just need to be in one of these rounds, one of these clutches, and it might be GG at that point. Because bear in mind, TYLOO will have no loss bonus. I mean, $1,400. So the fact they got the bomb planted there, sure, it was a force buy previously. They got the bomb planted. They did a lot of damage financially to the CTs. You can see they're operating with very little as well. Famous, no grenades pretty much on Mercury to speak of. So we'll see if this boost will do considerable damage once again. Not fancying their chances there. Zaka swings around with the AK-47, asserting his dominance here towards short as well, looking for the opening frag. We have got a player towards the barrels. That's going to be JamYoung here, only with the HE remaining. Pretty far towards a connector. You're right in thinking so. Mercury's there. He's kind of surrounded right now as well. Needs a bit of backup on somewhat of an island here. Starry's going to challenge him. This frag might decide the round. Thankfully, Mercury does get a dink off here, but that's going to spread the CT defense very thin. They need to react. They need to get some territory under their remits.
Yeah, uncomfortable. Good timing on that one. Coming through the tunnel and opening the door towards the connector at the same time. So Advent just way overworked. And it's 5 versus 3. They got a minute left.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm liking what TYLOO's doing on this map. I don't think this is an open shut case with the low HP of Zaka and Starry. Like, I feel like there's a few more twists and turns here. Yeah, but bear in mind, this might be the GG moment. If they can just take down all the remaining CTs here and it's a clean round, there'll be absolutely nothing going forward. Like, you have to be a force buy. You'll be 10-7 down. That force buy probably won't work out. Then it's 11-7. Then you're kind of looking down the barrel of like, well, we either take the full eco and allow them to get the map points, or we force buy again. So yeah, this is kind of a lot riding on round number 17 here. If they do plant A, you just let them have it. You don't retake, you keep 3 players alive. Yeah. I think that's the only solution here. You're taking a bit of a gamble, and I think the round is already over. So Lynn Vision will find that first, but is it worth the hunt? Their money is quite precarious as well, Anders. So I would say yes, it is worth it, but that's if you know where they are and you've already locked them in. They don't really have the positional control to justify the hunt, if you ask me.
Yeah, and it's probably a very hard call to make as well. You're looking at your own cash, you're saying, sure, they're going to be screwed as well, but we could be in a, you know, if you lose 4 or 5 players in this one, hunting them down, you're going to feel like you're a bit exposed at that point in time. So I guess it makes sense. They are spreading out a little bit just in case, but they're not aggressively running across the map.
There's no real conviction to their pathing right now. It doesn't look like they're running towards T-spawn, but slowly but surely might be able to find one, I suppose, but this is absolutely the correct call from TYLOO. Take the gamble, stack the 5 versus 3. As long as the AWP and the M4 survive, you've just got a fighting chance going forward, but that will be double digits for Lynn Vision, their first round in the second half. And they keep 5 players alive as well. So everyone's happy with that, I suppose, and it's not going to be the swing round I discussed prior if they do manage to save 3 weapons like that. So well played from TYLOO just to have that awareness, realizing that the game would pretty much be done if they went for any sort of retake there. So as I mentioned, $1,400 might be worth the tactical timeout. Indeed, TYLOO will call it, because if you don't win this and everyone does go down again, you're still in a lot of trouble. It'll be $1,900 into the next round. So definitely worth a discussion here. It's their map pick. It's been a good showing on the second half, but now in a problematic situation.
Yeah, this is something that could really dictate the outcome of the map here. A little bit of a pivotal round that's coming up for sure. I do like the fact that they are taking a tactical timeout to discuss how to approach this. But I kind of agree with what you said. I mean, I think they've been playing pretty well on this map now in the second half. They look like they have more ideas, and they are coming up with some interesting fights at the beginning. Bit of a shame that they lost that early fight in the last one. That solo connector player being caught on his way back is just devastating.
He was surrounded, yeah. They were already focusing their reference towards B, but he couldn't get out and then got the dink off. It wasn't quite enough as we get into... Are you good, Anders?
I'm good, Henry. I'm destroying the studio, but apart from that, everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
Studio might not be, but...
The broadcast continues as we get into round 18 here. The MP9s are out once again, and they're going to be spotted. Oh my goodness. It's JamYoung risking everything there, trying to make his way back in towards the A side of the map. I think he's learned his lesson. Will just go tuck himself in here as Lynn Vision continue to explore the prospect of middle. Now, bear in mind, we've got the Kaze AWP available as well, so they've got to be very careful here. It's Mercury with the M4. Gets the shadow advantage and converts that first kill. Can he find a second? It would be unbelievable to think he could. It's a compromised position. He's trying to make it awkward as possible. I think he might have done enough here. There it is. Hat-trick. Massive spray down. Just what TYLOO needed. He steps up and finds him a 5 versus 1. There's the quad kill. He's on for the ace.
Yeah, if only Saka wasn't so far away, but that's wild. And you could kind of tell those two last T players coming in, doubling up against it, but nobody wanted the wide swing. Nobody wanted to really sacrifice himself to try and get the kill, making it look just a bit awkward here. Yeah,
the old 1-by-1 through the tightest choke point on the map. Like, it's not a pretty sight here. And I will say TYLOO looked like the more comprehensive team on Overpass. Like, sure, in terms of the rounds in that first half, they didn't get a whole lot done. But in terms of an understanding of the CT side, how to apply pressure, play the advantages, they can definitely still bring this one back. That's a massive round to win. I can't stress that enough. All those MP9s, those FAMASes, look at them now, and there's 3 AKs under their belts. And Zaka, yeah, literally nothing he can do with this to save, and that's huge. I didn't think Mercury stood a chance of getting more than 1. He ends up getting 4 in total, confirms the round single-handedly. Look at that, the human rubble remains.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular. Didn't see that one coming either, and 5 people alive on the TYLOO side. So for an economy that's been struggling here on the CT side to pick up this kind of round, absolutely huge for them. You can see they're just jiggling, and I mean, I guess to his credit as well, he's not getting baited into like a wide swing himself. Like, he's playing it very, very tight on the angles, so they can't really easily hunt him down. There's no one on the other side on long either. I guess that would have been the other way to go, would have been to flash your way in to try and sandwich it in, but they didn't really have that capability, so...
Wow, and as this one's heating up, we've got a game on our hands here. That round decides it. It's really up in the air right now as well. Lynn Vision's starting to shrink. That's a bit of a wake-up call. As we get to round number 19 here, they've got 1 full buy remaining here. A little bit of residual cash for Zaka, but overall they're quite invested. We've got G back on the AWP, Molotov down towards short, and these are the sort of moves we didn't see in the first half from Lynn Vision. That's why I'm saying, like, it feels like in terms of the map understanding, being active and having these little novel plays like that, I think TYLOO have them invested, and that's a lovely opening pick. westmelon's gone down.
I agree. There's a really noticeable difference between how these two teams have approached the CT side, and it makes all the difference in the world. Just a little bit of proactivity, just getting a player gone before they can make it in. This time is westmelon going down at the start of it. Saka is playing real well. He's got 19-8, so maybe they can use him as a tool to get into the B-bomb side once again. As Kaze's kind of calling it in, surely on the radar or on the radio right now, saying there's no one here. It's completely clear. I can't see anyone, so get ready down to the B-bomb site. That grenade up on the high ground is probably going to confirm it. They know what is coming next here. 30 seconds on the clock. Good opening there. Saka, that's what I'm talking about. But JamYoung quick to return. Under 30 seconds. That bomb plant had better be swift.
Well, it looks like they're under a lot of pressure still. I feel like TYLOO can afford to throw a couple of men through the smoke here. Gotta wait for the backup, though. The cavalry will arrive momentarily, and it's up to G and Amelia here. And now just the former, as he has the AWP, but Anders, yeah, you can see it. I think he just has to save. There's no way he's doing anything of this round. And after an impressive opening pick towards Mosier, they get the bomb planted. Sure, it keeps their finances okay. They'll be able to buy up in the next round here, but G needs to be very careful as he does hold on to the AWP. 10-9, 1 round in it, and we'll take the 3rd tactical timeout here for Lynn Vision.
Yeah, good stuff. And just a good retake. Like you said, they could have either run through the smoke or they could have waited for backup. Either way, they're probably going to come out on top anyway. And that'll do it. That'll get them a little bit closer. Tac timeout, but yeah, TYLOO looking like they have a good read on the CT side, especially T side. You've got, we criticized it plenty already. Definitely not what you would have expected, but...
Well, people are saying 9-3 is the new 11-4.
Do they say that?
Yeah.
The important thing is, has Sonic said it?
I don't know about that. I actually would have to ask him. But I think, yeah, it's kind of showing its worth here. We've got 1 round difference here. TYLOO honestly look like the better team after looking very, very flat on their T-side campaign. Their map pick. Anubis up next, and Lynn Vision don't really have much to report in the second half. There's 1 round going in their favor. They've got the maximum loss bonus and then some with a bomb being planted as well. G wants to take matters into his own hands, but they seem to take so much damage from this boost every single time. Even more so now, another opening frag for TYLOO as Amelia gets dropped early on.
He's still at the corner waiting. He pushed through the Molotov, so he wants a kill right here. Getting grenaded down instead, and Mercury coming out on the other side. They're just so proactive on the CT side.
And we just didn't see any of this from Lynn Vision. That's why I thought there's still a good chance if TYLOO win the pistol. It seems like they know what they're doing on the map. It just hasn't gone in their favor in terms of the duels. But it's been nothing but one-way traffic here in the second half. JamYoung pretty much confirms the round now as we go into a 4 versus 2. It's really starting to go wrong for Lynn Vision. The wheels have officially fallen off. And in terms of remaining utility, they've got a single smoke and an HE. Westmelon taking some fall damage as he tries to descend the ladder. And yeah, this is just a matter of time before they give this round up as well.
And also credit to TYLOO, right? They're aggressive when they need to be, but then now they've slowed it down. Now they're not out hunting for kills anymore, because that is a classic way to lose a 2-on-4
right.
if you just keep it up forever. But yeah, they know when to rein it back in, play a little bit more defensively.
Well, Westmelon, let's take a deep breath there and hope for the best. They present a contact play in towards the B site. A trade simply won't do. 3 versus 1 now. Starry, he's had some interesting moments here on Overpass, but overall it's another very convincing round for TYLOO. The lead has officially been given over as we tie things up. There's no bomb plant this time as well. Suggests we're on half-buy territory of all 5 players going down. So Lynn Vision, bear in mind, I was about to say, I thought they've used all their timeouts so far. We've got 1 left. I guess the fact we've got 4 out of 4 here, maybe it's a different rule set, Anders. Normally we get 3.
It could be, yeah. I guess it is perfect world, you know, putting things together. So I guess they're in charge of how that plays out. Well, they get a chance to discuss one last time what they can do to change what's happening here. It is really getting out of control. 10-10, we're all tied up. And TYLOO just making a great comeback from a miserable start on this particular map.
Yeah, it was looking like we were done. There would be nothing to be said in the second half, but yeah, as usual, this matchup, some are calling it the Asian El Clasico, and they've played 13 times this year. It's always down to the wire. It's always 3 maps. It's never a blowout, and the trend continues. Huge rounds here, and oh, it's kind of like pretty much a full investment. They've saved like $1,000 on a few players here, so a couple of Tech 9s, a few Galils, 3 AKs. Things are getting desperate out there. They're barely planting the bomb now. They are being locked out as Mercury continues to apply pressure, this time from the connector, gets the opening frag. Looks like he's willing to duel for more here. Down towards the deep side of connector itself, but he's already got the opening advantage. No reason to give this one away. JamYoung will hold with the incendiary in hand. As soon as he gets any sort of contact, will deny access towards the B bomb site. Great reposition from Mercury as well, so no pressure can be applied from short at this stage, and it's going to have to be a contact play through Monster, but not before they wait out the incendiary. But it didn't actually go down. No, I think he just mistimed it. The smoke was fading.
Okay, yeah, that's unusual. Mercury's looking to get the kill here, so might not be all bad. He picks up 1 more onto G, and it's down to 5, so 2 versus 5 here. So yeah, the fact that the grenade never landed probably won't matter at all now. Bomb, can they even get it down at this point in time is the big question. If they can't, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. They're falling back to try and look for more, but JamYoung is going to be taking a kill here. And looks like TYLOO going to be taking the round lead finally.
Oh my days. It's really gone horribly wrong here for Lynn Vision. They were high-flying in the first half, can barely find a single kill here as they give up the lead 11-10. 1 round away from map points as well. This would be an absolute disaster to give up in this fashion. He just didn't turn up to the second half whatsoever. He had so much open runway as well to close this game out. They had a few frustrating rounds. It came down to a few 1v1s, but ever since those moments, they haven't capitalized on really anything. And it's Zaka with 21 kills. Westmelon 15. It's been a good team performance in that first half, but they're going to have to dig deeper than ever. And Anders, their money really isn't looking too pretty now. We've got Galils, Deagles, and living on a hope and a prayer here, round number 22.
They're in trouble, no doubt about it. A little grenade, Molotov just now fading. So if Saka wanted to, again, it feels like a lot of the entries are just going to be down to him. That's what he's been doing really well for a while, and he's back at it again, but Moja will shut him down. The spray continues, the trades continue, and it's a 3 versus 3 now. Smoke up here for Moja, just trying a little time. He's got a teammate coming in from the high ground as well with an AWP, although their third teammate is miles away, rotating through the playground at the moment. So it's going to be a minute before they can really get here.
Yeah, absolutely true. It's going to be a 3-on-3 for now, with lots of pressure being applied. You can see them taking them down.
Oh no.
But yeah, the grenades, there's a lot of low HP players, and it's going to be straight through the smoke. A wallbang as well, as Starry confirms the 3-on-2 advantage for TYLOO. We're looking to post map points here. Retail looks good. Amelia down to 17 points of health. G gets dropped with nothing here. I don't think there's a world where Amelia can even go for it. He's had to save. Now, what can you do here, Anders? You've got no HP. The bomb's going to be defused. There's an incendiary thing that kills him straight up, and there it is. Kaze will find him. This has been a nightmare for Lynn Vision. They've got one round in their second half after a 9-3 first half showing, and TYLOO is looking comfortable to close this one out. I don't think there's much left to be said. At least the bomb got planted. With the maximum loss bonus, they'll have enough for AKs this time. But now they need 2 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. But to be fair, whenever I kind of utter those immortal words, Anders, it seems to come through. Just when you think the team's dead, there's nothing to be done. 2 rounds can be found, and overtime is still on the cards.
Amelia was actually throwing some really good flashbangs that could have maybe helped them out at the end there, but it was just a little bit off timing. Not that he could have known, but that would have been fun to see. Maybe the flank coming in there, the lurk through the monster tunnel could have been disrupted with the flashbang had been thrown half a second early, but it's all in the past now anyway.
A lot of ifs and buts there.
A lot of ifs, yeah. I'm just trying my best to figure out how they could have done something to maybe win it, but it's real tricky. Moja, good double. JamYoung is going to be taking on Starry. This has gone very quick in the round. Down into a 2, actually make it a 1 versus 4, and they are getting absolutely blown up on this one. It's just Saka left, and he's completely surrounded. Shut down. 13 rounds on the side of TYLOO.
Good Lord, Lynn Vision. What in God's name just happened to you? Up 9-3, running away with it. Looked like everything was going in their favor. We had to go with the old classic tropes of, well, if they win the pistol, if they get the second round, there's always a chance. But it all rings true today, and I have to say...